Hello everyone. Today topic is very important one. It's about a planned war that the US are seeking for. They have been preparing for it and they will drag the Russia to it in any cost with any scenario. Thus they want to make it just like they have already planned for 9/11 to happen. And here I'm gonna start my video today with this CIA operative who used to work for the also US Army. Let's listen a little bit of what he got to say about 9/11.
Operatives trying to create a 9/11 event that the American military, the American people would allow their military to go on this adventure. So I absolutely hold Netanyahu directly responsible, and I think that the evidence is there, and I also think they have miscalculated the organic nature of man and a man's ability to rethink.
So I will come back to what he is saying right here. The thing is that this video is from the channel of Richard Gage 9/11. This person, he's a CEO, was of the architect and engineer for 9/11 Truth Movement. I spoke with him about like 5 months ago. I gave him this evidence about who did really 9/11. After it, by 2 months, he started his campaign and he's meeting with these people, making an interview about what will really happen about 9/11. Basically, I shared with him this information that 9/11 was a sacrifice ritual, which we will also show right now. US is planning another sacrifice ritual for starting another World War III, this time in Poland, the subject matter. But first, let's go through very quickly about 9/11, what happened. There was 4 airplanes, the 3 of them which hit their target. They managed every little detail about that event to the extent that each flight and even the number of each flight and the number of the total of the people on it, they controlled it in a way that it would match with their sacrifice ritual plan. Basically, every airplane, when you sum the crew, passengers, and the so-called hijackers, the total amount of people would be equating to 65. On the other one, which hit WTC-1, is 92, and the Pentagon 64. 65, it's equate to the 5 circles. The first pillar of the tree of life consists of 5 circles. They call them hijackers. So basically 2, 16, 18, 8, 21 equal to 65. The same for the second pillar, 2, 24, 26, 21, 19 equal 92. And 2, 15, 13, 13, 21 equal 64. Basically 9/11 represented the demolition of the tree of life, which you can know more about it in my previous videos, which consists of 3 pillars. And this 3 pillars is a Masonic symbol. Everybody knows about it. Now, there's another thing. The total amount of all those numbers, it equates to what? To the first airplane that hit its target in 9/11, 175. I don't want to go more in details. There's a lot of more details about it. We can go to the previous video because I want to jump into my topic. Why I'm mentioning this? Because as I said, those people, they love to work with numbers in their sacrifice rituals. The same thing happened in the events that led to the 9/11. So you have the Twin Tower. It was opened on the 4th, 1973. When you sum the digits of this date and you sum the result with the year of the opening, it will give you the next event was going to happen. It was already pre-planned. The same thing for this date. It will give you the final opening of the observatory in the One World Trade Center. So the same way, actually, they also sacrificed Bin Laden, 5/22/11, not equal 9/11. Now, let's go to what we have started with earlier. Now, we were talking about the World War III that U.S. is planning to make it happen. Everything they do it pre-planned in a sacrifice ritual way. The U.S., as they have sacrificed their own people in 9/11 by killing 3,000 people in the Twin Towers and then millions of people in the Middle East, as this person he was saying here, the CIA operative, who was actually in the Department of Counterterrorism. Now he's speaking about his government as the one who killed their own people, as mentioned earlier, and I will continue here.
And have new evidence and new discoveries being inserted into mysteries. And those
you heard mysteries. This is the 3 of 5 that I mentioned earlier.
Mysteries are reassembled, juggled, and suddenly the puzzle pieces fit together.
All right, you can go to his video and know more about it. So what I want to say is that the same method they are now using it for the new World War III. Sorry, I was jumping from one place to another. This topic is very complex and it has a lot of depth, so you can go to know more about all these details that I mentioned earlier, but I will try to simplify it as much as I can so that you can see the point. Now, as I mentioned, so basically we know that U.S. willing to sacrifice their own military people by sending them after 9/11 to fight a false target on a false flag operation 9/11 that they did, as we said, and this CIA is talking about that the solved mysteries has shown that this is the case. Now, there's another occasions, ex-Freemason spoke about how actually even during the war in Afghanistan, the U.S. used to sacrifice their own people using specific airplane with specific names, with specific number of people in it, you know, to conduct this sacrifice ritual. So it's not happening intermittently, it's happening very often within the U.S. So-called empire. Now, recently, USA sent an airplane to Poland. This is the first airplane which sent with it this cargo, military equipments, vehicles, and 350 people in it. Now, you will tell me what's so important about those numbers. I will tell you something. 9/11, which happened based on the sacrifice ritual, it had two stages. The first stage is in here, and the other stage is in here. You can go back to my previous channel, you will understand more about it. Now, the first stage here, 26, this is called the Throne of Glory. This is the first stage. And now, how it's happening, basically, this is Throne of Glory. It means the throne of God, you know. So basically, in this tree of life, you have earth in here, and the sacrifice happened by going up from this level to this level. At this stage, there will be the first sacrifice, the second will be here. Now, when you go up from earth to the throne of glory, you sum every circle. 19 plus 21 give you 40, 40 plus 26 give you what? 66. 66. Remember this number and remember this number. So basically 26 become what? 66. Now, the other important aspect I want you to focus on, remember when we talk about 9/11, what was the important number here in the sacrifice ritual, the stage? It was number 14, right? So please keep in your mind this number 14, and remember those two numbers, 26, which become what? 66, because we will find in here. So basically this airplane, it has a number that it's written on its tail. So basically it's 66167. 66167. If you sum the digits of them, like we did in the previous events, it gives you what? 26. Now we have what? An airplane that's it's number 26 carrying a cargo. It's numbered, all the vehicle numbered 66, and It arrived to Poland, it landed in Poland on a date which gives what? 14, on the 6th of February 2022. So let's recount what we have said about 14. This is the date, gives 14. 14 is what? 14, I put it here, it's the first stage sacrifice ritual, 14, like in 9/11. What we said about the first stage, it happened where? In which side? It happens in here. Sorry, I'm having difficulties with this. It happened at this stage, 26, right? 26 is what? The number of the airplane from the number of the fleet of this airplane, which gave what from it? The 66. So you have all those three major numbers, 66, 26, 26 gives 66 on a date of the stage which caused the sacrifice ritual, 14, all to tell you that this crew has been sent to Poland on a sacrifice mission for it to happen, that it might start and ignite the first war, the first event of the new World War III. And interesting enough, in Poland you have the nuclear artillery for the US Army, that it's one of the first top targets of the Russian army if a war would happen. So sharing this information, you see number 14 here in the first stage sacrifice ritual. This is, I already spoke about it, as I mentioned in the previous video. You can know more about what I'm talking about here. So if you get confused, please go to my previous videos, you will understand. But for those who understand, know that this is something people should look at it, and based on this information that I'm sharing, I hope for the first time things will take a different turn and this war will not happen as they are planning for. Because so far in my videos I have exposed not only about 9/11 and how it happened, the sacrifice, but I also exposed how they did the killing of Bin Laden, and also exposed about the COVID-19 and how it happened. It was all pre-planned. It's all sacrifice rituals. And now the third stage, we have another stage. Now they are talking about World War III as a result of the COVID-19 sacrifice ritual. This is all sequential events happening in a row. And as this person is talking about, let's listen again.
And they assembled juggleries and inserted into mysteries. And those mysteries
those mysteries are no longer a mystery. That's today Biden talking about concern of world war, which they are already planning for it. This is from the video, you can see it, the number of the airplane. That's another close-up look, you can have it. Here's from Reuters, you have the picture of the cargo coming with all those 66 numbers. This is another video just to give you a proof. So I hope I have made it clear that we are living right now a plan to make those troops who landed in Poland as a part of a sacrifice ritual, coming with an airplane that equates to 26. That's the first stage of the sacrifice ritual, on a date equal 14, which correspond to 9/11 date, which is equal to 14, giving 66, because 40 plus 26 equal to 66, giving 66 cargo. That's all an indication of an upcoming sacrifice ritual will happen to those people. share it. I hope it will reach the people in authority, and based on it, the next action will be taken. Stop this war. Peace and goodbye.